clicking on this video. If you're new to this channel, my name is Ruby and I'm a public school teacher from Calabarzon. I'm going to make a series of videos on teaching and learning. So if you're interested, please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit that bell button. Today we're going to talk about zero conditionals. Actually, this is already the second video on the series, so if you haven't seen our introduction to conditionals, I suggest that you do. Now let's start our lesson with these questions. Don't worry, there's no right or wrong answer here. There's no definite answer, okay? So, ready? The first question is, what are you going to do if you get lost? Let's say pumunta ka sa isang lugar which is unfamiliar to you and you find yourself lost. Naliligaw ka. What are you going to do? Maybe some of you will say, if I get lost, I ask for directions. Or if I get lost, I retrace my steps. The second question is, what do you do if you feel bored? Maybe some of you will say, if I feel bored, I play online games. Or if I feel bored, I read Wattpad stories. And the last question is, what do you do if you're not feeling well? Some of you might say, if I don't feel well, I see a doctor. Or if I don't feel well, I ask for medicine. Just like what I've said, there's no right or wrong answer here. However, there is a right way of forming our responses. So to explain that further, let me switch you now to my screen.
Now, mag-focus tayo sa mga sample answers natin dito. What do you notice about the sentence structures? Ano ang napapansin nyo sa pagkakabuo ng sentences? Tama! First, all sentences start with the word if. And second, all these sentences are divided into two parts, dependent clause and independent clause. And if you have seen our previous video, you might be saying that these are conditional sentences. And you are right. Let's have a quick recap. Lahat ng conditional sentences ay composed of two parts. If clause that shows condition and is our dependent clause, and main clause that shows the result and is our independent clause. A conditional sentence is used to talk about a result that may happen only if a condition happens first. Again, we have four types of conditionals, and in this video, we're going to focus on zero conditionals. Let's start with the function. Kailan ba natin ginagamit ang zero conditionals? We use the so-called zero conditional when the result of the condition is always true, like a scientific fact. So ginagamit lang natin ito kapag we're talking about facts and truths. For example, take some ice, put it in a saucepan, heat the saucepan, what happens? The ice melts, right? It becomes water. You would be surprised if it did not. So we can say, if you heat ice, it melts. So sa zero conditional, ang result should always be true to its condition. Another example is, if you freeze water, it becomes solid. That always happens, right? Walang ibang pwedeng maging result given the condition. The zero conditional is also often used to give instructions using the imperative in the main clause. For example, if Bill phones, tell him to meet me at the cinema. In this sentence, sinasabi natin na pag tumawag si Bill, you have to tell him na we'll meet at the cinema. There was no other alternative. Fix yung result given the condition. It's the same thing in this sentence. If you want to come, call me before 8 a.m. Dito, sinasabi natin what the person has to do if the condition arises. So how do we form the zero conditional tense in English? Remember that conditional sentences have two parts, right? If clause and main clause. The most important thing that you have to remember is the tense of the verbs we use. Sa zero conditional sentences, we use two present simple verbs. Parehong simple present sa if clause at sa main clause. For example, if you heat ice, it melts. Heat and melts are both simple present. If you freeze water, it becomes solid. Freeze and becomes are also simple present. If you mix red and blue, you get purple. Mix and get are also simple present. Let's try to go back to the question I posted last video. I asked you to complete this sentence with the right clause. If you touch a flame, what will be the next clause? A. You will burn yourself. B. You burn yourself. Or C. You would burn yourself. What's your answer? Dahil ang rule ay simple present verbs lang ang gagamitin for both if clause and main clause, the correct answer is B. You burn yourself. Hindi tama ang A kasi future tense ang ginamit, will burn. At hindi rin naman C dahil past tense naman siya, would burn. Basta tandaan lang natin, kapag zero conditionals, we use present simple verbs sa if clause at sa main clause. And considered zero conditional sentence lang siya if we're talking about general truths, facts, or whenever we give instructions. Kahit baligtarin natin, it will still be the same. Example, if you heat ice, it melts. Ice melts if you heat it. If you freeze water, it becomes solid. Water becomes solid if you freeze it. If you mix red and blue, you get purple. You get purple if you mix red and blue. Alright? Let's practice, okay? I have here 5 incomplete zero conditional sentences. What you need to do is choose the right clause to complete the sentence. Pay extra attention to the tenses of the verbs, okay? Are you ready? Pause this video and write your answers down. Once you're done, just press the play button again. Okay, let's check. Number 1, if you study hard, A, you get good grades, B, you got good grades, or C, you would get good grades. The correct answer is A, you get good grades. Because get is the simple present form of the verb. Next, number 2, I always wear a jacket. A, when it is cold, B, when it will be cold, or C, when it was cold. The correct answer is A, when it is cold. Because again, we have to look for the simple present. Okay? Next, number 3, he never buys lunch. A, if he doesn't have cash, B, if he didn't have cash, or C, if he wouldn't have cash. The correct answer is A, if he doesn't have cash. Number 4, does ice melt? A, if it will be in the sun, B, if it had been in the sun, or C, if it is in the sun. Of course, the correct answer is letter C. Because, again, dapat simple present tense ang verbs. So, C is in the simple present. Number 5, if the door is open, A, you could come in, B, you can come in, or C, you could have come in. The correct answer is B, you can come in. So just always remember, if clause and main clause, we have to use the simple present form of the verb. This time, let's get to know one another. Think about your daily life. Can you share your habits, routines, or perhaps facts or truths about yourself using zero conditional? For example, if I finish a project or assignment, I reward myself with food. If I feel nervous, I get sweaty. If I can sleep, I listen to instrumental music. Please comment down below your answer. It may be one tiny but very interesting detail or information about you. Anything you can think about, as long as it's true and you're using the correct form of zero conditional sentence, okay? I'll be waiting. I'm excited to see your answers. Meanwhile, I hope this video has helped you in understanding zero conditional. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.